I grew up in a country where most of the content that I consumed was dubbed, and the dubbing actors and actresses were celebrities. I mean,
Right.
these folks would show up to events and they would be treated like Robert De Niro himself.
Video gives us a chance to be heard, a stage to be seen. It accumulates more than 7.5 million subscribers and more than 5 billion views on YouTube.
Welcome to Unify podcast by Unilingo. This is Farbot and Adriana, your hosts, and we are so happy to introduce Javier Olguín, a Mexican dubbing actor who is actually the voice of Spiderman.
Yes.
Can you please tell us a little bit, in which version are you Peter Parker? How did it all start?
Well, first, I'm very grateful to be here with you.
We're so happy to have you. Awesome. Thanks for coming.
And yes, I'm the version of Spider-Man from Andrew Garfield since The Amazing Spider-Man in 2012. And now in the last version, Spider-Man No Way Home.
Great. So how many movies have you done as a Spider-Man?
Movies, well, 3.
3 movies. Well, that's a lot because a movie is it's long.
Marvelous.
So when the director had to look at all the voice actors and then, go, I want Javier for the voice of Spider-Man.
How does it happen?
How did it happen? How did the director think Javier needs to be
the voice?
The voice. Yeah, he's the one.
Well, before Andrew plays Spider-Man, he make a movie in Spanish was Leones por Corderos. I don't know the name in English. Lions for Lambs, maybe. I have a casting from him, and after that, other director think about me to make the voice of Andrew in Spanish again. They consider that my voice is a good match with the voice of Andrew and my energy, and there's a different kind of things that they consider that my work and my interpretation works very, very good with Spider-Man. With that
Spider-Man
yes.
version, right. And can you tell us about your experience dubbing Spider-Man? What challenges have you faced, or how do you have to arrange yourself for the recording sessions of the movies?
Well, Spider-Man is an iconic character, right. So it's very important to make the best of the acting to him. So Andrew is a magnificent actor. So that combination it's a perfect match to do for me to do the best. Is very difficult, and I have a great responsibility with the fandom. Spider-Man and Marvel and this type of characters have a very important fandom.
So to you, was it a dream to be chosen as Spider-Man?
Yes, because Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel character. I had a toy of Spider-Man when I was a child, so it's very cool.
Right. Yeah, I can imagine. I'd be super excited if I were chosen for something like that.
The superhero.
It's interesting because now we are seeing a shift to short form content on YouTube and TikTok. Do you ever see yourself? What's the benefit of working with platforms like YouTube and TikTok versus as opposed to Netflix and Disney Plus and HBO?
Well, I have many followers now in my social media network, and I was invited to conventions because the people want to know me. They follow my name because they know Javier Olguín is the voice of Spider-Man. So they want to know who is that person because they could read the credits in Netflix and Disney Plus and whatever, no? So that marks the difference between the before and today for my life, and that makes me travel in that conventions are in Mexico, in other states, even in other countries, because the Latin American speakers since Mexico to Argentina.
I think it's just like YouTube, and especially YouTube has a very younger crowd, so I think they will find you. You know, it's not like if you're on TV,
Yeah, it's
it's very hard.
easier.
But yeah, when you're on YouTube,
Yeah.
they will find you where you are. Like, also, let's not forget, like, you are a celebrity in your own sense, in that, you know, it people forget, especially in the US, where majority of the content is in English, and they're not used to watching dubbed content. But, you know, I grew up in a country where most of the content that I consumed was dubbed, and the dubbing actors and actresses were celebrities. I mean,
Right.
these folks would show up to events and they would be treated like Robert De Niro himself. You know, it's so. Can you talk to me a little bit about, have you ever been recognized, or has anybody ever recognized your voice? Has it ever happened?
Yeah, sometimes when my voice pass at, between a microphone, and sometimes people can recognize me. Ah, I hear that voice. Where? Ah, yeah, in that cartoon, in that movie, with that character. That's common with dubbing actors.
It'd be funny is you show up to a restaurant and you try to like speak like the voice of Spider-Man, so to get like free food. I don't know if you've ever done that.
I wish.
Or like when you're putting in the order.
Hey, and can you tell us, how did you choose to become a dubbing actor? Was it something that you decided, or was it something that just happened?
I decided because I studied dramatic art here in Mexico. My base was the theater, so that put me in theaters to work in different plays, a little in TV and in movies. But my objective always was the dubbing.
Great. So, can you tell a moment where you knew, like, now I am a dubbing actor?
Yeah,
Like, was
this
there
is
a
it.
when you said, I made it.
Well, when I received my first call to participate in my first movie, in that moment I feel okay. I'm here, but I can learn more.
Yeah, you just got started.
Yeah, when you get there, you realize you have a lot to learn. You have a long way to go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the beginning.
Yes.
What's so special about Spider-Man and being that character? You know, what is it that you think draws people to that character?
Well, in this last movie, the reaction of the people in the theaters when they could see the return of Andrew Garfield in this character, and they could listen my voice in that character after many years ago, because the last movie was in 2014. Uh, that reaction for me with the people around me, but they don't know that I was the voice. But the reaction that was impressing in YouTube channels and in podcasts and in different social media, that's for me that's special, because I know that I um, do my work well, good. Sorry.
Great. So can you tell us a little bit about YouTube? Something we would like to tell at this moment is that Javier is one of the voices, one of the main characters of our YouTube channels, Veritasium.
Yeah,
He's the voice
Veritasium.
of Derek. And well, it's a pleasure to introduce you as
The
Derek's
pleasure is mine. Thank you.
voice. And we would like to hear about your experience working as Derek, working on YouTube.
Well, Veritasium is for me a very interesting channel, because apport many information that it's very interesting for many people, and that interest to me, because Derek is a very cold, is correct?
Yeah, very, yeah,
A very
very.
cold people person.
Yeah, he knows like he's
Yes.
very curious.
Curious.
And,
Yes.
yes.
And he apport very many information, and he has the facility to transmit that information in easy way, and that it's very important to me because it's not boring. The topic is interesting.
One of the ways that Derek is able to capture a wide audience is his ability to break down very complex problems into easier concepts for the mass audience to understand. But at the same time, he is genuinely interested in the content. On the other hand, entering into a little, like in a recording booth, and you have to put yourself in the shoes of Derek, who is with a professor, who's on the scene. How do you get into a mindset where you are just as curious as he is about a math problem?
Well, for me, I'm a person that like that kind of content in a YouTube channel. Before to know Veritasium, I was very interested in that kind of themes, what that kind of topics, and I'm very curious. Me proyecto.
Yeah, he kind of feels projected in the character.
I'm with Derek.
Yeah,
because that you say, he's very genuine, very authentic. Yes, be the dubbing actor of Derek in Spanish, it's very exciting because in the way that he spoke, it's like the way that I good spoke.
Yeah. So before we wrap up, can we get some impressions of either Spider-Man or Derek? I would say I would like to see an impression of Spider-Man.
Yeah, can you do like a little piece?
Not to put you on the spot, but we thought.
But just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a scene that is very funny to the people, because in that moment of the last movie, is Tobey Maguire with Backache in the Dolor de Espalda.
He's having a backache.
Backache. And Andrew says to him, "Oh yeah, it's for the age, no?"
Okay.
And he answered, ¿quieres que te la truene?
Ya me creo. Sí, yo también tengo problemas de espalda. ¿En serio? Sí. ¿Quieres que te la truene? Sí.
And it's very funny because the people with that phrase, with that sentence,
it became memorable.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
We hope to do more of these.
Yes.
This is our first podcast after a while, but the whole goal of this podcast is to shed light on the dubbing industry, or the actors, the translators, the directors. I mean, we have a director. It takes
a lot of work.
It takes an incredible amount of work, and they're always behind the scenes. But I would say translators and voice actors are the backbone of this industry, because without them, you have no content. You have, and so really appreciate you coming on, dude. Thank you.
Thank you for your.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you, Adriana, too.
Thank you, and thank you for listening. This is Unified Podcast by Unilingo.